Go to the E-box north of the lumber mill. I know where that is. It's just over there. Go east along the northern border. You will see us. Catch the fellow debug.
Do you guys want to do no guns out or everyone guns out?
Yeah, I'm kind of triple, and I'll drop this though.
Just you three, I take it.
Yeah, it's just us.
Radio's in the middle, if you can.
Well, this is cozy.
A nice fire, you know.
Hope we didn't
To
keep you
show
guys
we're
waiting too
willing
long.
to accept parley this time, in Highlander thought it would be best to meet before proper meet to discuss terms and
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We were hoping this would happen.
As we discussed on Radio Shifty, I don't want any bloodshed at these meetings, whatever happens, right? So I don't think arranging a place right now is smart, but maybe terms of numbers, and don't know if you want certain ranking people to be there or what, but just to make it safe for everyone, right?
We're in agreement, yeah. Personally, I wouldn't recommend either side having more than 3 or 4 at most.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, no weapons. I'd even be game for dropping weapons a little bit away, so you literally come with nothing.
We can probably agree
our
to
terms is that Lewis discuss things with Joe on location in the open. Rest on Overwatch.
What is in the open? With Overwatch, you mean?
I mean, we'll...
Both sides overwatching.
no one obviously aiming at each other, just to make sure no one else comes, you know?
Alright.
If either...
Well, if we planned a place to meet that was low-key like this, you know, I don't think we'd need it. I mean, if I'm here right now, you know, I'm sure under similar circumstances, same security protocols, Joe could show up too.
It's true.
Some of the club don't trust you as well as I do.
Well, even if we end up cussing each other out here and walking away, you know, no bloodshed. That's what we agreed upon. We're not going to disrespect the parlay, whether it's at this meeting or the future one. But I get it.
No,
I get it. You guys are being safe.
You just need to remember, Lewis, we've got a lot more targets on our back than you do.
Well, I'm hoping we could take some of those targets off. That's why we're jumping through these hoops. I think it works for both parties, too. I'm curious what you guys have in mind terms-wise, but I'm hoping ours are pretty agreeable.
I mean, we'll cover that in the meeting, right? That's not what this is for. That's for
you don't
and
even
Joe
want
to discuss.
You don't even want to bounce things back and forth, like right now.
Well, I think without Joe, it's probably not smart, right? This was more to ensure that we do this safely for both parties. I mean, sure, maybe a couple of small things, but I don't think anything that's gonna massively change the course of things should be discussed without our president being, involved.
That's fair. Well, I could at least explain ours then, so you have a little bit more time to discuss them. It's roughly the same as what we asked for during the ceasefire period. We would just like you guys to stay out of Boston. You could travel through Severograd if you kept your guns away and there was no crime going on in town, and you just leave the House of Hope alone. You could even visit there, We're not looking to lock you guys out of the north. We're genuinely trying to de-escalate, and our goals long term, I think, are a lot more humble than they were maybe a year ago. We're just trying to create a safe community around Severograd and with the House of Hope.
Can I just ask, Lewis, what you've heard about our House of Hope endeavours?
So we were tipped off, I guess Henry made a huge fuss at the House of Hope. And that's the only reason we were tipped off that you guys were doing shit with them behind the scenes.
You're aware that there were notes being left around about you and the House of Hope being in bed together.
Yeah, I mean, people talk. To be honest, we all are aware of that,
And
especially in that place.
it doesn't take rocket science from myself and Lewis to understand how you guys work. Been there before. Been doing the same things for all these years. It's some of these newer people around these parts that probably won't know exactly what's going on, how you operate, but we do.
It works, right? So why change it?
Who knows? Just don't be surprised when people like ourselves find out and figure it out.
This would be big
You
for
keep
both parties.
keep poking your nose in our business, don't you?
Well, like I said, in the past we'd go around everywhere in South Segoria and try to figure out who was doing what with FL. To be honest, we don't care anymore. We just care about our little patch of the north, the central north. We're trying to make a home there. We've scaled back our ambitions. Our foreign policy is much more restricted. Honestly, I could see a future where you guys visit the House of Hope, and peacefully work up contracts with patrons at that place and then go about your business, I don't care about what's going on in Novaya or anywhere else. We're really trying to de-escalate here and just protect Severograd, Brixton, House of Hope. When I say House of Hope, that extends to the archives, by the way, assuming that continues being a thing.
The archives before the ceasefire, I went over there and gave them an armband for future people. So I don't think we've been disrespectful over there, other than, well, one instance that we're aware of. House of Hope, again, a place that you may have heard certain things and whatever, but not all of it's true. You need to remember that, right? And even stuff that Greenie has told us and brought to meetings has not been true.
Yeah, I mean, we're aware, I think. We're not perfect at gathering intelligence.
And
But
vice versa.
I still think that at least our end of the offer is long term. It's got to be good for business, right? You guys can pass through Severograd. You guys can go to the House of Hope and you work up contracts with people there. You don't have to worry about us hunting you down, sniffing in everyone else's business to see if we smell lime green.
To be honest, we've not been to Brixton since not that snowstorm, but the one before.
I'm aware. It's more so just we wouldn't want you guys coming around the pub.
Not very nicely.
Everything's got to start somewhere, right? Like I said, if we can reach an agreement here, Or at the meeting, I guess.
Well, I'm gonna give you a heads up, Lewis. There's blood on the ground. You know there is.
Talking about Blake.
Killed a full patch member. Died because of your.
Yeah, I apologize to Joe for that. I don't want to take credit for killing him, but I will absolutely own up to the fact that we created the entire circumstances that got him killed. If that fucking idiot Joshua Jones didn't show up, run his mouth, we would have let Blake go. He was supposed to be a messenger.
You have a long, hard think about how you're gonna answer Joe's questions about.
Yeah, I would maybe start thinking outside your box that I'm sure that you have tightly shut for Joe's questioning on that.
We're willing to bend a little bit, but if it's unreasonable, you know, we'll end up walking.
Well, it's been a long time since you and Joe had a chat, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it has.
So we should start there. So time, we're thinking 16th this month.
Okay, that would extend the ceasefire a little bit.
15th of this month, sorry. Around about
Okay.
this time.
I mean, let's be honest, extending the ceasefire at this point is probably not a bad thing for now. No one's broke the code.
No, I know, I'm just
I
thinking
don't
out
see
loud.
why not.
I don't see an issue with that.
Location we'll let you know on the day.
We'll
Somewhere
probably
neutral,
end up. Yeah, we'll probably end up just. It'll probably end up being us three again. I think it's good to keep it 3 or 4, like Shifty said.
I agree.
Let's give them one armband.
Okay.
We are serious about this. If it all goes well, we'll deliver the rest.
So these
Pretty
notes
sure
that you
I
mentioned,
burned
Shifty,
your armbands. Sorry.
What was that?
these notes that you mentioned. Whoever's doing that is gonna get people killed.
Yeah, understandable.
Stop.
You have to speak up a little
Talk
bit.
up.
A little bit, yeah.
So these notes that you said have been floating around. Whoever's leaving them notes is gonna get someone killed. They need a warning to stop it. So who was it?
Fuck if I know.
I don't think we have a clue.
There was one at the House of Hope, and Greenie took that shit down, and that was the end of it. You should probably ask Greenie or Henry who was present. Start from there.
Well, what about this in the meanwhile? Obviously, before we have our meeting with you guys, allow us a chance to not grab Greenie from the House of Hope, but take him somewhere we can have a chat with him. Not in, like, hostile terms, because we need to understand a few things from his perspective. Because we've not went to the House of Hope in a while, out of respect for Greenie's wishes and now your wishes. So, with all this shit going on with he said, she said. We need to understand from the horse's mouth, basically.
If you guys want to try to set up a meeting with Greenie and he agrees, you know, that's on you and him. I don't think we'd view that as a breach of the terms until the meeting.
Alright, as long as you understand that we'd have to go to House of Hope to get him, though, because you want us to stay away from there, so...
Well, long term, it's more so no demands from them. I'm sure Greenie will probably let you guys pass by, help yourselves to food, maybe trade. You'll have to bring that up with him. But it stems beyond that. It's more so the demands that are being made.
I don't want to fucking walk up to House of Hope and get shot, you know? That's what I mean.
That won't happen.
And that, I mean during the ceasefire, currently, because that's what I'm talking about. This is the time scale that I want to have a chat with Greenie, when there's not going to be any issues from other parties.
From us, it won't happen.
Yeah.
Alright.
The leash stops at the House of Hope, though. We all have a way of making a living around here and surviving. You know how we do things.
Yeah. What did he say?
Anything else you hear about, you turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah, like I said, we want a thriving community around Severograd, House of Hope, and Brixton. We're not looking to get into people's business anymore. That includes yours. That includes other people's. As long as they don't bring it up into our neck of the woods, I think we're kind of looking past it.
Why the change of heart, Lewis? You feeling old?
I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to police people that don't want to be policed, you know? If they want to make their own choices, they can, you know? And if they end up thinking that business with FL is a mistake, well, it's on them. They're going to pull themselves up then and fix it. I can't go around hounding everybody and trying to thwart everything you guys do, you know? I got to be realistic.
Here's a question, and this is kind of related to what you just said. But over at Kelm the other day, obviously you gunned us all down. You probably had the opportunity to hold us all up there and have this same conversation with multiple of us being present, sorry. But instead you chose to gun us down. So what changed from that moment in time to, let's say, 50 minutes later?
I guess we were under the impression that we would never really get an opportunity to meet like this, right? But we've had good relationships and talks with Ben in the past, and he was the one we got. So it's a stroke of luck, or fate, you know. Take your pick. In our mind, when we approached Kelm and we saw your armbands, you know, it was just war. That's all we thought.
Understandable.
Well, that's
Hope
still
to
a
like
very
my,
high possibility, so...
We're aware.
Yeah, nothing's
sure you
not
don't
clear
forget.
yet.
We're aware.
know. Okay. Well, I don't think there's much else to be discussed, right? We'll discuss the meeting point on the day. We'll arrange somewhere that's safe for both of us, right? Not places like fucking Pusta or something, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
So not this Saturday, Saturday after.
I think that works.
Just again, relay this to the rest of your group. There should be no issues.
Yeah, same from our end. I'll deal with it if there is. Let me know somehow if I catch you on radio or something.
Sounds good.
Alright,
If you guys
we're
have
gonna head
anything to say?
south. Why don't you three head east, eh?
Sounds good. I mean, maybe we play on. I don't know. Joe, living or dying, remaining president, securing his, the prosperity of his club. It does rely a lot on whether this peace goes through, right? Because if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna turn around and talk to Chef.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want him. You know, we talked to Poopy about what Joe did to Charlie.
Yeah, they want him. This isn't something you're going to bring up with Joe, though, is it? Is it like a threat?
Well, if he gets to blood for blood, you know, what else am I going to do? Because I'm not going to meet that. I'm not giving up anyone in Odyssey to settle some prideful blood debt. Joshua Jones fucked that meeting up. And Blake Pohl.
If we can't get past the whole blood for blood, I'd rather just pack up and we leave and we resume as normal.
No more words even said.
No. Because we're not going to get past that. Not if it's somebody within Odyssey.